make a popular sequel to a cult classic game? Well, we're about to find out. NIER Automata, which releases soon for the PlayStation 4, is the sequel to 2010's NIER, and if you didn't play the original, you're not alone. The game sold relatively poorly and took a lot of flack from reviewers, but it had a very loyal group of core players. If you liked the original NIER, chances are you really liked NIER. Now, creator Yoko Taro is back with a sequel that's developed by a new developer to the franchise, Platinum Games, the studio behind titles like Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and published by JRPG king Square-Enix. And not many people thought this game would ever happen. Taro's games have not historically done all that well commercially, so the announcement of NIER Automata was one of the biggest surprises during Square Enix's E3 press conference in 2015. So, for fans of the original NIER, this game is a dream come true. NIER Automata released in Japan in February, but it releases in North America on March 7th, and much of the rest of the world will get it on March 10th. And here's what you need to know before you go. Like we said, NIER Automata is a sequel to the 2010 video game NIER, which is itself a spin-off of the Drakengard series. So there's a lot of backstory in this franchise. But for new players, Automata is a good jumping on point. It's set in a post-apocalyptic environment similar to the first game, and it features branching storylines that were the hallmark of the Drakengard series. The good news for NIER newbies is that the latest game is set thousands of years after its predecessor, which means you can pretty much jump right into the series with NIER Automata and not worry too much about understanding what's going on. The game puts you in the middle of a war between humans and machines that were created by alien invaders. You play as a combat android, 2B, with the assistance from her companion and a fugitive prototype who are fighting machines on behalf of the humans. As for the game's plot, mankind has fled to the moon after machines invaded from another world. To fight back, humans sent androids, which are called Yorha, to Earth to fight the machines in a proxy war. You play as one of these androids as she fights the machines, and can self-destruct her skirt if she wants, because it's Japanese. The story starts out pretty straightforward, but get ready for a plot twist, maybe multiple plot twists. It's that kind of game, and you'll probably end up jetting off in all kinds of new directions as it yanks you around like a roller coaster through explorations of the darkness of the human soul or the meaning of death. It's the kind of thing that Yoko Taro is known for. The gameplay combines open-world role-playing elements with action-based combat. You'll be fighting enemies in real time using a variety of weapon types: short swords, long swords, spears, and bracers. Your offense consists of either light or heavy attacks, and you can switch weapons while attacking to create combos. You can also evade attacks and launch a counterattack that deals big damage if you time your button pressing right. While the original NIER was knocked a little bit for bland graphics and monotonous combat, NIER Automata tries to change that. Combat is reportedly much more responsive, and the game hits a consistent 60 frames per second. While you only have 4 weapon types, you can equip 2 at the same time and use them in combos. NIER Automata also gets rid of the block move from the first game, which made your character nearly invincible and really took a hit on the challenge meter. As for travel, this is an open world game, so you'll be doing a lot of it. And while you initially navigate the world by foot, later in the game you can use a special item to summon a mount, and you may also be assisted by a rideable mech in combat under certain conditions. You'll also be helped along by your robot assistant, who will help out by dealing its own ranged attacks. As you progress, you'll level up and increase your attack, defense, and health. You can also customize your character through chips, which can adjust some of your attributes as well as show enemy information and buff characters. You can purchase chips or get them from defeated enemies, but you're limited as to how many chips you can install by the number of slots your character has. Death is also treated a bit differently than other games of this genre. If you're killed, you'll respawn at the previous save point, then when you return to your body, you can either retrieve items and experience from it, or you can attempt to repair it. If you're successful, your body will join you in battle, which sounds kind of cool, but if not, well, you'll have to kill it. Overall, while the game can be called a bit of a hack and slash, there are a lot of other gameplay styles and mini-games to keep things fresh. There are portions of the game that turn into bullet hell survival segments, as well as hacking mini-games, text adventure segments, and even sections that turn the game into a 2.5D side-scroller. And for fans of multiple endings, this game's got you covered. The game reportedly has 26 different endings, 5 of which are crucial to understanding the game's full plot. So yeah, there's a lot of potential replayability there. Reviews for the Western release aren't out just yet, but reviews based on the Japanese version note that it retains the crazy plot and well-written characters NIER fans are familiar with, while discarding clunky combat and movement for the polish that Platinum is known for in its best titles. There's not exactly a consensus yet because there aren't enough of those reviews, but the reviews so far all hit above 90%, which is pretty promising for the overall quality of the experience. Now, that about rounds out last thing we know about NIER Automata. Do you plan on playing the game? Let us know in the comments. And for more information on the latest and upcoming releases, be sure to check out more videos from our Know Before You Go series.